So hi, I'm going to run through in this video how to install the LiveTile service onto your system for development. So I've got a sample project open here that's using the LiveTiles, and as we right click we can see there's 3 steps here to instrument the project, which we need to do. We'll also then need to update the manifest file that we have, and then finally deploy the tile. Now we'll be able to see at the moment it comes up, there's an error, the tile's not being deployed because we haven't actually installed the elements of the service that we need to start. So let's go and find out how we do that. So on my Windows 8 machine here I've opened up DocWiki, and I'm going to go into the Delphi part of DocWiki here, and I'm going to search for LiveTile. And if we scroll down here we can see the top 4 items tell us about using the LiveTile, and this one here, setting up your environment for developing LiveTiles, is where we need to start. So here we can see the system requirements. We require Windows 8, we require tools from Windows 8 SDK and a developer license from Microsoft. Now the developer license is free, and we'll see how to create that as we go through in this tutorial. And so let's kind of scan down and see where we need to start. Now one thing that is worth noting here is you either need an enterprise version of Windows 8 or you require the development license. So we also require side loading of Windows at runtime to being enabled, so we can actually launch the application from the service. Now this involves a registry setting change, but again everything is documented through this DocWiki page. So setup and development environment. So let's first of all see here we need to download and install the Windows 8 SDK, so I'm going to click on that. And we can see here we can download that now. And let's just go ahead and run that. So it comes up with the default installation path, which is absolutely fine. You can join the program if you so wish to. I'm just going to use the defaults here to carry on through. And it's going to ask me for the UAC just to confirm that I want Windows to make the changes that I'm asking for. And that's now going to that will now go ahead and install the SDK from Windows. So let's leave that run through, and I'll be back with you in a moment. So we've waited a few minutes and our software developer kit has downloaded and installed. So we get this nice welcome to Microsoft Software Developer Kit afterwards. Okay, so that's part 1 down. Right, what next? Okay, so to install Windows runtimes based applications that are not from the App Store, we need to allow side loading. And to allow side loadings we need to follow a few steps. So let's press Windows key R to come up with the run, and if we type in here gpedit.msc, now this is going to open up the group policy editor. And what do we need to do with this? We need to open the local computer policy, computer configuration, which is where we are, administration templates, and we need to go to the Windows components, and we need to go to the app package deployment, which is here, and we need to allow all trusted apps to install. Double click on it and set it to enabled. So and we need to enable here. Okay, super. So that's nice and easy. Now to finish, we need to edit the registry. So create a text file with the following contents and save the file as enabling sideloading.reg. Okay. So let's just go ahead and copy that. Now on Windows 8 we can go to the bottom, swipe up and just go to search. Let's go find Notepad. Open that up. Let's copy this content in. And we're going to go File, Save As. And I'm going to make sure we choose all file types. And we can now just go ahead and save this to our desktop. Will absolutely do fine. But it's very important you set all files here, otherwise it will just give you a text document. So having done that, we should now have, if we just minimize everything, we have our registry key here. So let's double click on that. Are you sure you want to continue to edit the registry? Yes. And it says here that our key has been successfully added to the registry, which is good. Okay, so let's go back to our web page. What do we need to do next? So now we need to create a self-signed certificate. Okay, so we're going to need Notepad again. So let's just go back here and say File, New. And this time we just need to copy everything in here. Let's copy that, paste it into our Word document, into our Notepad document, and we need to go and save it somewhere useful. So it's saying here to open command prompt as administrator and set the path to this, and then run the make certs. So let's just go and we're just going to go File, Save As, and let's just call this make certs.bat. Again, make sure I set all files. Now I'm going to save it to my desktop to make sure I don't have any dep issues, and we need to set this to, let's just plonk this over here on our left. And we need to go find these paths. So let's go ahead and copy that file there. So I'm going to open up a browser and go to my computer, to my C drive, to my program files x86, to the Windows kits folder, which I should have here now, having installed the SDK, 8 bin, and I'm on a 64-bit version, so I need to go to the I'm going to guess I'm going to need to go to the x64 folder here, and let's drag my file into there. Now here I can say yes, continue. I'd like to put that file there, thank you very much. And we now need to open up a command prompt as administrator and run that file from this location. So I'm going to go to search and command and right click on it, and then I can bring up the run as administrator and say yes, we want to run this as administrator. So let's change directory to here. So first thing, cd funny keyboard here, we are. Let's try and see if we can paste in this whole path. I just need to put some quotes in. Okay, super. So if I just check we are in the right place. Helps if I spell it right, doesn't it? Yep, super. So now we have the file in the right place. Let's just say make certs.bat, and we're going to use example.com as our domain for our certificate. Again, let's try again, making sure I spell it correctly. And we can see this time it's come up saying making root certificate authentication. And we get this box pop up. So what we need to do now is to provide in some details. And we need to set a password for the certificate and enter the same password in the following dialog box. So my test key is going to be hello world. Obviously you can put in whatever password you want, and then I get my dialog back up again. It's asking me again. Succeeded and added to the current user. So excellent. So the current user now has example.com added as an authentication certificate. So we now need a developer license. So for this we're going to need to use the command prompt. Let's just type in here issue signature password. It does ask you for passwords a few times, that's for sure. Yes, we want to install it. Okay, now we have it. Okay, so let's go ahead now and from PowerShell, we want minus command show -Windows developer license registration. So this is now launching off the Windows Developer License Registration program via the PowerShell. And once this pops up, here we go, we can agree to get a developer license. And we will need to log in with our username and password for our Microsoft accounts. And excellent, we can now see we've got a developer license installed. It's currently the 13th, so it runs for 1 calendar month. And that will allow us to develop. If we want to, we can just come back and renew that at any point. And we should now have most of the stuff done. So what else do we need to do? So we need to add the Metropolis UI key for, let's just get in here a little bit easier. We need to add the registry key for Metropolis UI. So to do this, we need to go to this key, go to this point and add the key. So very nice and easy. Let's just go and we can search for reg edit. We can run that. And here we need to go to HKey local machine, software, Embarcadero, and in here we need to create, so I'm on a 64-bit machine, so actually slightly different. I need to go to HKey local machine, software, wow, 64, 432 node, and then go to Embarcadero, and I then need to create one here called Metropolis. So let's just go and create a new key. We're going to call this Metropolis, and we can now see we have our key created, ready for use. And we now need to install the launch agent host. Okay, so the launch agent host is copied to the default directory in the bin LiveTile folder. So let's go find that. So the default directory is in Program Files, Embarcadero, RAD Studio, 10, bin, and there's the LiveTile folder. Excellent. So we've got the folder. What do we need to do from here? So we need to find the Metropolis launch agent host, which is the launch agent host here, and we need to send this to the desktop and create a shortcut. So that now gives us a shortcut. We now need to add this shortcut to the startup for Windows. So a nice, quick, easy way to do that, again, is Windows key R, and we can type in here shell startup, and this will open up the startup folder. And from here, if we just go to our desktop, we can just drag. I think all we're going to need to do is just drag and drop this in. So yes, we just need to move that into there. So let's go ahead, find our shortcut, drag and drop it in here. Now that puts the launch agent in here. I'm just going to click it so I don't have to reboot Windows this once. Obviously it's going to start it automatically for me each time from now on. And we can see we get the Metropolis app launcher running down here. Okay, excellent. So we now need to install the service. So we need to just follow the steps here to install the service. We've also got the steps to uninstall, and we've got the LiveTile service, and we need to just install that. So I'm going to do that from let's just see if I can right click on it and do it. Now I'm going to need to go to a command prompt. And we need to change directory, so as it says in the instructions. So let's just cd, and it's going to be Program Files x86 and Embarcadero. Let's just have a quick look in here. We've got cd RAD Studio CD10. Now, when I'm typing in everything I'm doing here, I'm hitting the tab key, which is after the first couple of letters, gives me the full path. So if I type CD space B, then it's going to auto-complete for the first one, and you keep pressing tab, it'll move through. So a quick way to navigate through in the control panel. So in the command prompt. So we now need to move into the LiveTile folder. Excellent, we're now in the right place to type install tile service /install. And we can now see we've got an install log being generated, and this is completed, so that's good. That's a good sign. And there we are, we're done. We now have our tile set up and ready to use. So that's great. What I'm going to do now is let's see if we can actually go ahead and create the steps that we need to from our component on our form. So we've got the instrument project, update the app manifest. Again, this is stuff we've already done. It updates the local files within the demo project. and now the final one, deploy the tile, we should see this, we've successfully succeeded, which is brilliant. So that's a great start. Now if we come back to our desktop, hey, there it is on the end. Our project Metropolis LiveTile has been generated. So let's move that up here so it's with the rest of my main LiveTiles. So excellent, we can use that now to click, and that will go ahead and launch our application. Now the first time we try to launch, it's going to ask us for the user account control, so we just need to say yes, and that enables the networking loopback exemption. And now we should be able to go ahead and launch our application from our LiveTile. Well, hey! So once we've hit run and confirmed that we want to run it, that'll only come up the first time we run. We can now go ahead and use our application like any other application that we've written with Delphi or C++ in the past, and use this now to update the LiveTile directly from the application.